Cool. I think I'm connected. Excellent. So, yeah, it is connected. Good. So, I'm going to be working through this length of last word problem on LeetCode. So it's an easy one. I kind of expect it to be quite a quick solution. So let's get right into it. Given a string S consists of some words separated by spaces, return the length of the last word in the string. If the last word does not exist, return 0. So an approach that people may take to this is to do something like s.split to get the string as an array and then get the last element of that array or something. It's quite inefficient though, because you have to process the entire string and you have to assign all of the words to an array, and it's quite an inefficient way of doing it. So another way that's probably not the most efficient is to do a regular expression match. So you could write a regular expression, I think it's something like that, and you could write, so yeah, let's just do, so we're going to end with the last, so that's that dollar is a positional match to match the end of the string, and you could just have space, and then basically any text actually. So no, it would have to be any non-space text. So you would do it like that, and maybe a plus to, or star. No, it would have to be plus because you have to match at least one character. So yeah, subtle difference between plus and star, if you don't know, is star matches 0 length, whereas plus will match at least one occurrence of the previous thing. So you could do something like that, and you'd have to then strip off the character, the space at the beginning. But again, using this engine, you'd have to, the regular expression engine, you'd have to iterate all the way up the string, I think, to get to here, and it would test for matches kind of progressively throughout the string. So again, not the most efficient approach. So I think probably one of the most efficient ways of doing this is to simply iterate over the characters starting at the end of the string. So yeah, let's just do that. I think that's probably a pretty good approach. So for I equals 0 to let's go s dot length. We'll increment. I'm incrementing up, which may sound unusual. I guess I could have done it the other way actually. Probably would be more efficient actually if I did it this way around. I just have to think a bit more. -1 and I is greater than or equal to 0. This becomes I minus minus. So yeah, that's good. And we want to find the position of the space, if a space exists. So we can just set up a space position equals 0 initially, and if we encounter a space, we'll just exit the loop. So if s I equals a space, I'm in the habit of using the wrong things, exit for break, sorry, different languages. Well, we could do space position equals I and then break. So on the surface of it that sounds roughly right. Then we would want to return we would want to return s.length. I'm just thinking about some edge cases. Minus space position. So if, let's just get a notepad up. Well, I'll just write it here actually. If you had A, B, C, D, E, F, the length of the string is 7, so you'd start at the length minus 1, so the length is 7, sorry, the length is 7, so you'd end up with index of 6, which is this one, because 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so 0 based index, and that's not, so 6, 5, 4 and 3, so we'd end up with 3 as the space position. Therefore, what do we want to do? So if 0 is the space position, sorry, 3 is the space position, and sorry, I'm a bit distracted, my kids are going mental in the background. So that's 3, index 3, so space position 3, length is that, so 4, (7) minus 3 is 4. 4 is wrong, so we need to deduct 1. I think that might be right. But yeah, there is an edge case that I was thinking about, or trying to think about, which is if the last character is a space, then what? So in this situation, if our string is this, then the last space actually satisfies this condition, which breaks things, I think. I suspect that if I submit it, that will be a case that fails. Yeah, and we haven't considered there's no space. Although I thought this would do it. Setting the space, but yeah, okay, so that would actually have to be minus 1, I think, because 0 would mean we found a space at this position, which would then calculate that as being the length. So let's try that. And yes, like I expected, this trailing space thing is a problem, so we need to have a variable for non-space found. Bit inelegant, but, and we'll go currently equals false, and we'll need to say if s, well actually if we haven't found the non-space thingy, yeah, just for efficiency we'll add that, check on a bool. Then we can do if si is not equal to a space, then we found something that's non-space, so we can set that to true, and then we only want to consider this if we've actually processed at least one non-space. So if non-space and, yeah, so hopefully that will do it. So loop over things. In fact, we can make this a little bit cleaner. Yeah, I can actually do that. That's good. And the benefit of doing that is I can now do else. So we don't have to do the check again. And then stuff this in there. Hopefully that'll be nice and efficient. Let's give that a whirl. Okay, still wrong. So this is sort of normal. I've probably just done a minor error somewhere. Non-space found. So if we haven't found, yeah, I see. Yeah, that does need to be nested then, doesn't it? Yeah. Yeah, refactoring that was a mistake because that breaks the actual code. We could actually make this even simpler. We just do that. Oops. Oh, press insert. If non-space is found, non-space found equals if that's not a space. So that's good, and then we'll skip that check. So there you go, made it even shorter. Okay, so we've got the wrong answer. Okay, so if we have a space, then I can't remember what the question was. If the last word does not exist, return 0. So if we never found anything, so yeah, we have to have at least one non-space thing found. So conveniently, we've actually got that. So if we get to the end here and that's still false, we can return, yeah, we can, if that's false, if that's true, then we return this, otherwise we return false. Oh, length. Okay, yeah, sorry, it's not false, it's 0. And hopefully that should be it. Okay. Okay, well this is an opportunity to do some debugging demonstration and to see how you might debug some code. So if you can't quite see the problem, let's just keep having a quick look. If that's false, so if that's true, so output is 2. So somehow I'm yeah, it's this. I'm using the length. Yeah, because we need to know how many we had to skip to get to the end. We could actually simplify this quite a lot by just doing s equals s dot trim. I think it's trim. Yeah, I don't know, I don't actually like that solution though. A, it's probably a bit inefficient. Where's my thing gone? Yeah, there. A bit inefficient, and also it's, I don't, yeah, it's not really very elegant, is it? So instead then, what we will do is set this to a number, non-space position. If non-space position is still equal to -1, then if then that equals I. So instead of having like a true-false value, we've now got something that stores the position of the non-space position. So I have to modify this. If that still equals, if that is not equal to -1, then we actually can change this, rather than the string length be the non-space position, which would be effectively the length of the string that we care about, and that might do it. Might have done some arithmetic error, yeah. Okay, so -1 is redundant. Yeah, that's right, because the index would be, like in this example of ABC space DEF, if here was the first non-space position, that would be position 5, but the length would be 6. So yeah, we've actually done the deduction of 1 by getting the index position rather than the length. So that makes sense. And that works, and let's submit it to see if it solves that particular issue. Hurrah! And as a bonus, we're pretty fast as well, so faster than 91% of other submissions. So not that I particularly rely on this that much. I don't think it's very reliable. Great, so that's a solution, and yeah, I'm going to call it a day. Thanks everyone, I'm the Random Coder. You can come to my blog, TheRandomCoder.com, and subscribe please. Thank you very much.